Good morning, chicks and chickens. Welcome back to Old Man Farm. My name is Sid as always. Scarlett's birthday today, and given that it is a Sunday, I'm not sure she will be working down on Fairhaven with Andy today. So we may have to take the bus and go visit her, but since I do actually, holy crap, since I do actually know where she lives, sorry, this is a lot of produce today. Well, not produce, but products. But yeah, since I do actually know where she lives, I'd like to go visit her. And I did find out that Martin actually does not live in Pelican Town. He lives in an area that I'm not actually sure it's even possible to get to. It's just referred to as the countryside. And I guess he commutes to town, to work at Jojimart. Jojimart? So, point being is, I don't feel as bad that we weren't able to find him. It is sort of baked into his character. But, as I said, hopefully we can go see Scarlett. I was going to check... you know what? Let's go and do that real quick. If it is a lucky day, we might be able to... Let's see... displeased. Okay, it doesn't matter, but we were given a tip yesterday that... Well, on a lucky day, we should be able to go to the skull mine and leave with an obscene amount of ore, which is nice because that's currently where we're at with needing, I believe, 50 iron bars, which is quite a bit, obviously. It was mentioned, though, that even if not, that we were given floors 40 to 79 were supposed to be good for iron, so we might be making our way there again today. Let's just see how this goes with all the Scarlet stuff. Alright, got a single egg, not so bad. So, I just finished streaming tonight. Because again, although normally I would be recording today's episode the morning of, I am recording this the night before, because today, the day of, I am either I'm probably currently at my old house, getting my van fixed, ready, and picking up my old paintings and just a few basic things, so we are finally completely, for real, done at the old house, and I don't ever have to go back there again. So, yeah, I just got done streaming, and we streamed a little game. Now, here's the deal. I had picked out, 2 or 3 free games, and, just some other things I had picked up recently, that I wanted to play, and we loaded up the first one, which is called Pesticide Not Necessary, I think? Pesticide Not Necessary, I think. Well, it was described to me as Vampire Survivor and Stardew Valley had a baby, and that baby was a frog. So, of course, I had to play it. I'll probably throw up some gameplay. What is a wombo? What the hell's a wombo? So, anyway... ended up getting sucked into that for hours. That game is so good, and I was only playing the demo because the full game is not out yet, but I could have sat and played that demo for hours and hours more. It is so much fun. So the general premise is it's a bullet hell like Vampire Survivors, like a wave survival kind of game, but you're a frog, and you have to plant crops, you can fish, you can mine. It's got all of the trappings and you can gain pets and livestock and stuff. I mean, kind of, not quite as much as it's not quite as fleshed out as some of the other things. But again, this was the free demo, and but geez, it has a lot of the dumb trappings of a Stardew, while being essentially a bullet hell where you are a frog using gardening equipment to fend off endless waves of bugs, and you play a season at a time. And it was so much fun, and I don't know that it's for everyone that enjoys this channel, because it is a little bit hectic, and that's not really our thing around here. But I gotta say, if you enjoy a little bit of chaos in your life and you like Stardew, well, I'm assuming you like Stardew, you're here, then I would check it out. The demo's free. Go check it out. But we also talked about doing a wall of shame over there on the channel, and setting up just a list of games that if I'm not feeling, I'm like, I don't know, what should we play today? We'll just roll on the wall of shame, and this will be games that, as with all walls of shames, that I really want to beat, but I haven't gotten around to doing yet. So that's just a few things on the streaming front, which I guess, as always, I can go ahead and say the obligatory, because I haven't said it in a while. If you are interested in watching the stream, it's the link is in the description. I'm trying to stream Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. And I'm gonna, as of right now, we should be able to stick to the Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm still working on getting the Sundays working. Just due to the fact that, I am getting acclimated to normal life after getting into the house, right? So, anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can find Scarlett. By the way, I'm just selling these gold star fruit. Let's go down to Fairhaven Farm, see if she's there. If not, we'll catch a bus, and then we will go. Oh, woof! We gotta do a little pruning around here. I don't even think Grover can get through. But yeah, then we'll head to the mine. So speaking of new house duties, I registered Poke at the new house, and I'm not going to get too in-depth in this because it'll make me sad, but the way at least Ohio does registration for dogs is you could do a 1-year, a 3-year, or a permanent registration, right? Well, I had to actually debate which one to get because she is 13, 14 years old, something like that. And, she's a Pit Bull Dalmatian, both of which are, at least the Dalmatians don't live very long. Pit Bulls do pretty well for themselves, but I was like, oh man, well, I probably shouldn't buy the permanent one, right? So I ended up, I bought the 3-year. I figure that my hopes are that someday I have to pay extra money to renew my dog, but, we'll see how it goes. It's just, I don't want to think about it too much. Like I said, I'll get real sad, but it was a weird little melancholic thing to deal with today. Like, oh, boy, what a fool's collar. Oh, what have we here? A fully matured melon should easily break away from the vine when twisted like this. Okay, I see now. Just the girl we were looking for. They don't all ripen at the same time, so it's important to check each one. Gotta get a smiling Susan picture, too. Hey there, Senor Chunky. They always go with that one. That is the go-to. Hello, dear. Scarlett has helped me work the fields today. Those hops won't turn themselves into pale ales. Well, you never know. You said it. I like Scarlett. I'd say this is a good time to take a break. I'll go make us all some fresh lemonade. Now that sounds excellent. There really is nothing quite like real fresh fruit juice. And lemon and limeade are, although when I make them at home, I don't use sugar. I just put the water and the juice, and so no one wants to drink it but me. I don't think I've ever run across anyone else who's more of a green thumb than Susan. I'm learning so much about farming while working under her. I don't think I've asked you this before. What do you enjoy about being a farmer? Ooh, here we go. I like having full creative freedom on my property. Growing fields of food is spiritually rewarding. I love taking care of my animals. There's always work to be done. I prefer to stay busy. Well, I would say that in my current life, I'm really feeling the creative freedom of the property, given that I just got done painting my entire house. And I do love taking care of my animals. And I do like staying busy, but I gotta say, growing fields of food is spiritually rewarding. I don't know, like, I am very excited to have a garden this year, and I cannot wait to, like, make a salad from my own stuff, or, like, can my own salsa, right? So I'm gonna go with that one. I'm so excited for that. I know, right? My papa lets me use the flower bed outside the house to grow things, so I totally get what you mean. I cannot wait to do that, and hopefully share it with you guys. You know, I have a dream of owning a farm someday. There's a bunch of cheap, fertile land in the Grampleton outskirts. I think I have what it takes. Besides, I can always ask you or Susan for tips. Are we just leaving out Andy? I feel kind of bad, because, like, she works on Fairhaven, too. Alright, sweeties, come inside and enjoy some ice-cold lemonade. Don't mind if I do. Now, I wonder if she's actually going to be here today, because that would really, I mean, that'd be nice. That'd save us a trip to the old Grampleton outskirts. But, I mean, I kind of doubt it. Yeah, she's not there. We'll just check inside Susan's real fast. Yeah. Nope. Okay. Cool. Let's go to the Grampleton outskirts. I forget what the hell we were talking about before I got in here, but that's okay. Is this it? Nope. Oops. Nope, that's not the one. Maybe this one? This is the one. Okay. That's kind of interesting. We didn't have to actually pay for it, though. I didn't realize that. There she is. Oh, she loves jades. Well, here you go. A birthday gift? That's very kind of you. I love it. Wasn't that just the absolute best lemonade ever? Oh my god, she actually referenced it? Wow, okay. I get up at 5:45 a.m. on days I work as a farmhand. I'm still getting used to having an early schedule. You know what? I get up at 5:45 on days I work, too. You always wake up at 6 a.m.? Makes us both early birds, I guess. This is Pops, Trayvon. Nice of you to pay us a visit. Let me know if you need anything. She seems to be trapped in the bushes. What's going on, man? Hank, new grid ball season is starting soon. Can you believe they traded Jackie? Utter fools. I don't know. I think grid ball is football, right? Grid ball is football. I'm pretty sure, because that's what Alex plays, I believe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. So speaking of unspeakable horrors like football, I worked today, and I was listening to a video about conlangs, which... So, I've always had an interest in languages, just in general. I think the idea that... And I've said this before, but I think it's very fascinating that we, like... That our... Jesus, how deep to go with this. I just think it's interesting that we make grunts in a specific order, and those vibrations enter your ear and tell your brain what my brain was thinking. And that's crazy to me. And then I think the evolution of languages is very interesting. So, you know, when I was a kid, like, I'd go to the library and I'd learn... Like, I remember specifically getting a book on Russian, like, learning Russian. It's like, dude, you are, like, 9. Chill out. And obviously, I do not speak Russian, so we see how far that went. But I've always had an interest in languages, and then I think, obviously, being a Tolkien reader from an early age, you know, that obviously, that played into it as well. So, in that regard... Conlangs have kind of always had are very interesting to me, especially the ones that are at least somewhat usable, i.e. Dothraki, Klingon, most of the things Tolkien wrote. I think that's really cool. So after I was listening to this video on conlangs, a video on... okay, so I used to play a lot of Magic the Gathering. Well, I more collected the cards than I played. I'm kind of like that with card games in general. But anyway, there's a in case you're unfamiliar, yeah, Magic the Gathering is a card game, blah, blah, blah. It's really all you need to know for this story. But there is a group of, like, it's a lot of things, but essentially there's a group of people, and they're called, oh, wow, we got a level. It's been so long since we got a level up. But they're called the Phyrexians, right? And they're sort of like biomechanical. The idea is like, the perfecting of life through biomechanics, and honestly, at some point, pretty much just mostly replacing the bio form. Anyway, Phyrexia is amazing, but they actually made a written, and it is actually, they have a phonetic for it too, but they have an alphabet for Phyrexia. And I got lost in the rabbit hole of that video, which then led me to another Magic the Gathering race. There's only like 3 of them, so maybe not a race. But there's these things called the Eldrazi, which are like these horror, cosmic horrors. And then my phone, nice, look at the iron jackpot. My phone must have really latched onto the cosmic horror end, because next thing you know, I am listening to a video about Garfield and what the internet has turned him into. It was by, and this guy is apparently very popular, so maybe some of you know him, but a guy named Super Eye Patch Wolf, I think is what it was called. I had never heard the guy before today. I liked the Garfield video. I don't know any of his other stuff, but yeah, it was interesting because I'm vaguely, I have an outsider's familiarity with some of the insanity of the Garfield fandom. And I was a Garfield fan when I was a kid. I used to watch the TV show. I read the comics. I had the big, like, I don't know if you call them an omnibus when it's a comic strip, but the big old, like, chunky pack of, hundreds of comics. I think it was like a year of comics maybe, or something like that. I mean, that would make sense, given the size of it. So, I've always considered myself, honestly, for whatever reason, I know a lot of the joke is that Garfield's not funny, but I don't know, I always liked Garfield for whatever reason. I couldn't even tell you the reason. And, wow, the depths of depravity in the Garfield fandom are pretty amazing. I'll put a card to that guy's video. Not that he needs my help; he had millions of views on it. But yeah, it was interesting. I don't know. I love that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of horror, like that type of horror in general. Because so hey Marlon. I see you like a frozen tear, eh? Well, you also like cloth. Thanks, I'll find some use for this. Let's talk. Hey there, Senor Bitter. Any plans for the upcoming week? If you fight safely. That's interesting. So I have always been a fan of Okay, so in the case of the Garfield thing, like, he's went from, there's Garfield, and then there was, like, Lasagna Cat, and then there's, like, Garfield minus Garfield, or is it Garfield without Garfield? I can never remember. I love that strip, but I don't remember I think it's Garfield minus Garfield. And then there's, essentially, there are, Garfield is slowly transformed from all these things, you know what I mean? And then they start getting really bizarre, where you start getting into, like, I'm Sorry, John, and the weird, like, Junji Ito, like, half insectoid craziness, and, like, it really just goes into some insane depths. And through all that, you see just thousands of artists all contributing, just off the walls bonkers things, right? And then you see the antithesis of that. You see some stuff that's about John, some stuff that's about John that's horrible, some stuff that's about John that's uplifting. Again, really spans the gamut. And so what you're left with is just hundreds of thousands. You know, I don't know the number, but hundreds of thousands, I'm gonna say conservatively, images of this character that has literally taken on a life of its own. And as such has become so much more than it was ever designed to be or could have ever even hoped to be. And where's this damn winter yam? And so I really like when something gets, I don't know, so perverted by the fandom that you end up with this almost multiverse syndrome of, there it is, this like multiverse syndrome of there are so many versions of this thing that only have maybe the vaguest similarity to one another, that it ends up just being, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's Garfield is, you just have to watch the video, but it is insane what it has become and what it already is. It's crazy. It's a really good video. It's fairly long. I think it's like over an hour long, but I recommend it. It's very good. Especially if you like some horror, it'll get you turned on to a few pretty interesting Garfield-based horrors, which I can't believe I'm suggesting, but I am. But anyway, I'm all jazzed up, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this edited, and I don't know. We'll see the night is young. It's only like 12:30. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. Be good to each other. I will talk to you tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Good night.